Hello, everyone. Welcome to the orientation of Desire Craft. Welcome to the orientation of Desire Craft. Thank you for creating time to listen to this recording. Please note that this recording is hypnotic in nature, and it is designed to stimulate your mind and your body and bring you into a state of trance. So be aware of that when you listen to this recording. In this recording, you can utilize this recording for any practice that you so choose, but our focus is solely on desire craft. Crafting the power of your desire. Learning how to become spiritual engineers. Understanding the paths of the Crowley and the Osborne family. Understanding the energy of desire and Dharma, your duty. As you begin to listen to this recording, you may find yourself in a state of deeper relaxation. I do suggest that you do not listen to this recording while driving or operating any heavy machinery. But you can listen to this recording while exercising or enjoying a nice walk along the beach. You can listen to this recording while meditating in Shavasana, laying down pose, or in teepee pose, lotus pose. It's up to you how you want to move your body. Knowing that this is an active meditation and an active orientation to support you in learning, well, what is desire craft? By the way, this is SamhainIrenaCrowley, and I'm so happy to have you here. And those of you who are listening to this recording, you probably already found the Google Classroom. And if not, you may have, found us on a reel on Instagram or a YouTube video. Remember to connect to the links, because the links will be helpful for you, because they'll lead you to the Google Classroom and they'll teach you the techniques. They'll also introduce you to our community where we do events, and you'll learn more about the other practitioners, my teachers, and my teachers' teachers, so that you can learn from the worldwide community that we have that all practice this practice. For those of you who study in the Temple of Giza with me, thank you so much. This is the recording of the second half of the Temple of Giza meditation. So a funny story, I was recording this and I started at the Temple of Giza. And I went through the entire process during the time that the Temple of Giza was open. And I did this great meditation, and then I didn't press the record button. And I was so excited, and then it was like, oh my God, I have to surrender. You know what I'm talking about? You've done a project, and how many times have you gone through something and you didn't press the record button? Well, that's when we begin to start paying attention to, well, what is our Dharma? What is our duty? Now, a person that wouldn't really be connected to desire, what would happen? You wouldn't re-record the recording, would you? Because you wouldn't have enough desire to do so. But the person who truly is in desire, they're going to surrender and they're going to laugh. And then what are they going to do? They're going to start again and begin again, as we say in Spirit Weaves and in Soul Motion, begin again. We're going to begin again because we have the desire. We have the Dharma. We have the desire to our Dharma, the desire to our purpose to continue. Even after we don't press the record button, or we didn't get it the first time, or we have to practice, or whatever the situation is. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But what do? You get up and continue going. because your desire is there. So the suggestion here, as we begin to start focusing on manifesting and building energy, you've got to have the desire to really desire what you're manifesting. And if the desire isn't there, then guess what's going to happen? You're not going to feel it. And if you don't feel it, you're not going to be thinking about it. And if you don't think about it, and if you don't feel it, then more than likely you're probably not going to manifest it. Because we live in a feeling universe. And the universe is going to feel what you feel. We live in a feeling universe, and we know that our thoughts become things. We know that our mind attracts to us what we truly feel and desire. So whatever it is that you truly feel, you can't pretend your feelings. You can't pretend your feelings. This is one of the things why I love, the practice of a shield maiden, is you cannot pretend. You can't pretend your feelings. Your feelings are your feelings, and you're not going to out-psych the universe. You can't tell the universe that you feel something when you don't. The universe is going to get you what you feel. The universe is going to give you what you feel. The universe is going to give you your truest desires. So when you say that you desire something, but you really don't, the universe is going to give you what you really desire. And this is why frequency and transformation is so important. This is why we practice this practice, because you don't know what you don't know, and you can't feel what you've never felt before. You don't know what you don't know, and you can't feel what you've never felt before. So you've got to find a way to feel what it is that you want, what you desire. And that is when the transformation happens. That is when the change happens. That's when you are truly spiritually engineering. It's when you learn what your Dharma is, what your purpose is, what your duty is, and you truly feel it with unwavering faith. When you're ready, you're ready. And that is the craft of desire, truly feeling it. And if you don't feel it, or you don't know how to feel it, then you train yourself to feel it. And then when you train your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, your psyche, and your spirit to feel that feeling, the universe will begin to respond. A lot of times they'll go, oh, well, I've been manifesting this, but I'm not getting it. Well, it's because you're not really feeling it. And you're trying to convince yourself that you're feeling something, but you're really not feeling it. That's when you know that you're probably experiencing some kind of programming or some kind of, brainwashing, because your brain is working in one way, but your feelings are working in the other. And your brain can do this. You can convince yourself into something, and you can also convince yourself out of something. The brain is a very powerful tool. But here's the thing. You really can't force desire. You really can't force feelings, because that inherent power of your spirit knows, to thy own self be true. Your feelings will always be your feelings. That is your willpower. Do thou will. That is your will. Those feelings, those feelings are truly you. And nothing or no one can stop you from feeling those feelings. That's when you start paying attention to, well, are you a slave in the mind to another person or a community or a thought process or programming? So then you start asking yourself, well, am I slave-minded? Am I enslaving my mind to perform a job? Am I enslaving my mind to be a particular type of person for another person? And that's when we begin to start focusing on frequency and Dharma and desire. You cannot manifest something that you truly don't desire. It's not going to happen. And so if your manifestations aren't working, if your frequencies aren't shifting, it's because you're not desiring that truth. It's not true for you, and you can't pretend desire. So in our orientation today, in Desire Craft, we're going to start focusing on how can we shift our minds so that we feel what it is that we truly desire, that we feel our Dharma, that we know our Dharma, that we know our duty, that we know our purpose, and what are the tools and the resources and the teachings to support us in feeling those feelings so that the universe can give us what it is that we truly desire. That is the secret to Desire Craft. That is step one, is to start getting real with what you're really feeling. And then we'll go into the question. The question is, and it was developed while we have been practicing meditating together as a community at 12 noon every day in the state of California, or 12 noon wherever you are. But we're all here in Southern California. And we gather every day at 12 noon to meditate in the Temple of Giza. And this desire, this practice, this extended meditation, which you're listening to now, this is where this came from. Well, what are we going to manifest this year? And this happened even before the new moon came in, and we've been practicing the pentagram ritual, which our brother Morg and many other brothers and sisters have been practicing through the years. But Morg created a great video, and it was posted on our Discord with Angel Dust and our Angel Dust community. And we have a wonderful Discord. And one of our fellow brothers and sisters posted in the meditation section the meditation and the master ritual of the pentagram. And Morg did an incredible video, and it's posted in the Google Classroom for you to watch it, to learn from. And so I started practicing this practice, and I wasn't in the best situation, and I needed to get out of it, and I needed to be in a new vibration, and my feelings were out of balance. And so I felt my way into a new vibration, and through feeling my way into a new vibration, I started practicing again every day. And this turned into this beautiful correlation of cohorts gathering together and manifesting and meditating together. And our entire community started changing and shifting. And all of a sudden, all of these amazing, powerful things started happening, not only for me, but for everybody else. And I was like, wow, look at what we've created here. We've got to continue this. We're really doing something powerful here. And, I forgot, you're a Crowley, Irena, and, you're a spiritual engineer by nature. And, we forget who we are. So where have you forgotten who you are? Which proposes the question, this summer, what are you going to manifest this summer? And what is your desire this summer? And what are you going to manifest? And manifesting the gift that continues to give summer after summer after summer. And a lot of this stems from, being in the teaching world. I, work with a lot of teachers, and you know how summer school is. And, you don't always have the right summer program, because what happens in summer? Well, a lot of times the kids stay home. It changes things for people who are in the education world. And so you've really got to set yourself up to win during summertime. For those of you who are educators, especially in California and especially in Los Angeles, you've really got to set yourself up to win. And so if you're one of those teachers that during the summer, you're like, man, what am I going to do this summer? This meditation is directed for you. If you're one of those, people that during the summertime, your summer shifts because business shifts, well, this is your time to desire and set yourself up to win the gift that keeps on giving, so that you have the most incredible summers from this point on. I just simply could not go another summer without being abundant. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for myself, and I'm going to do this for fellow practitioners, that especially for our teachers and our educators, that we're going to have abundant summers from this point on. And so you feel that energy? Did you feel that shift? How all of a sudden, when we started thinking about money, or thinking about lack, or thinking about things not going our way, how did you feel? How did you feel? Oh, it's so hot. Or, oh, I don't feel like doing this. Or whatever the situation is, whatever the excuses are. What are those excuses? What are those distractions? Priority versus distractions. Thoughts, those feelings, those are all the desires that you don't want. But it's in your nature to feel those things because you don't know anything better, right? You don't know any better, so you feel what you feel. So the key is to feel something different. So for you to feel something different or feel a change, what do you have to do? You have to shift your vibration. And you have to shift your vibration into feeling better, feeling greater. And you don't do that without creating new action steps. So you've got to change your direction, and you've got to change your actions. You can't go back to doing what you were doing before, or what you've done for all of the other summers before. You have to do something different. This gets to be the summer where you do something that you've never done before, and you do something different. Perhaps it's not the same family vacation that you go to every year, or the same summer camp that you go to every year. You've got to do something different, During summertime, we usually go to band camp, or we go to dance camp. It's doing something different so that you can create what? New feelings. And new feelings create new vibrations, and new vibrations connect to the power of the universe. And then the universe understands a new language, and your language with the universe creates a new vibration. That is the power of engineering. That is how you learn how to engineer your spiritual system. And for those of you who are learning what your spiritual system is, there is a blueprint. Check out the magic blueprint. Learn more about you, and you'll understand some of these things. Everything here is for you. Everything here is for you. You have everything that you could ever need, want, or desire. You are wealthy by design. The only thing that is in your way is the way you feel. And so it's up to you to shift the way that you feel so that you can attract your truest desire. And remember, the universe is not going to give you something that you do not truly and genuinely desire. So that is the key. The key is you must truly desire what you desire, or the universe isn't going to give it to you. So let us just pause here for a second and connect and let your brain process what's been given to you so far. This is the beautiful thing of crafting. So think of something that you've crafted in your life. It could be your greatest masterpiece or something very simple. Perhaps you're a builder, or an artist, or a musician, or a course creator. Maybe you make candles or incense or oils. Think of something that you craft, something that you have crafted. It takes a while to craft it, doesn't it? Maybe you crochet, or you make jewelry, or you quilt blankets, or you write books. These are all things that you craft. Maybe you build computers. Or you are an agent and create licenses or write binders, or maybe you sell houses. What is it that you craft, and what is it that you craft every day? What are the rituals that you perform every day? You're a human being. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you get dressed, you shower, you eat, you perform your duty, your Dharma, and then you go to sleep, you go back to bed, and you do it all over again. That's also crafting. You're also crafting your daily living, as simple or as extravagant as it is. That is your ritual. But so is mastering the power of desire. So is mastering this gift that's going to continue giving this summer. Summer after summer after summer. So it's summer of 2025. So start thinking about, well, what's summer of 2026 going to look like now that I am on top of this situation and I'm taking the action steps necessary so that from this point on, I have the best summers of my life. Because I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be less fortunate. I don't want to be sitting around doing nothing because I don't have the extra money to travel or whatever the situation is for the summer. I don't want to be that because I want what? I desire to what? I desire to travel during the summer. I desire to connect with more people. I desire to teach more. I desire to expand my practice more. I desire to desire. And we begin to connect our mind, body, and spirit to this consciousness, to this conscious place of desire craft, crafting the art of desire. Crafting the art of desire. That is what we are teaching in Desire Craft, is teaching you how to be spiritual engineers and crafting the art of desire. And really understanding, well, what desire is, and really understanding and mastering your language with the universe. So what's happening here is that mentally, we are reprogramming your mind. We are reprogramming your mind to automatically create the power of the pentagram and the master pentagram ritual and the master ritual. That's what's happening. I know that I make this look easy, but it's because I've been practicing for a long time. I've been doing this practice for many, many, many years. And so I have it very well organized and tuned into my brain frequency. And so this is what you're going to learn in this course, Desire Craft. This is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn to master the art of your duty, your Dharma. And you're going to do so in a way that comes from a place of sadhana or chadna, which is a place of unselfishness, which is a place of wholeness, which is a place of desire that is from the highest form and purest form probable and possible. It is the true space of your truest self, which is an unselfish place, which is your true feelings. Your true feelings. And what are your true feelings? What is it that you really feel that you want to craft this summer? This is my gift to you. And how is this going to support you? How is not being a certain way going to support you in the future, because this is the gift that keeps giving. We remember, we're not only manifesting for this summer 2025, we're also manifesting for 2026 and 27 and 28 and so on and so on and so on. This is the gift that keeps giving. And this is the summer that you decided to do that. So for those of you who are here and listening to this recording, it's because you're seeking longevity. It's because you're seeking long-term. It's because you're really committed to your Dharma. You're really committed to your duty. You're truly committed to your purpose. And that's the true craft of your desire, is being in that. Now we're at about 25 minutes here, so we have about 5 minutes left. And we're just simply going to begin to focus on building the step one. Logically, how does this support you? How does this desire support you, this new desire? This summer, my desire is to be what? To fill in the blank. This summer, my desire is to become what? Fill in the blank. This summer, my desire is to be this. I am that I am. I am this. And so this is the point where you begin to choose what this desire is. What is the desire that you're crafting? What is the gift that you're going to continue to give? And how is this going to automatically repeat itself summer after summer and move into your autumn and your winter and your spring and back into your summer into 2026 and 27 and 28 and beyond and beyond and beyond? What is that desire? What are you crafting? What are you manifesting? And begin to start building that. And then from today and each meditation that we move into, you will continue to build more and more and more. And by the end of summer of 2025, you will have manifested this desire. And we will engineer together this desire. And you will learn how to craft your desires, but you will also craft this desire that keeps on giving. This duty that keeps on giving, this purpose that keeps on giving, and the universe will be aligned with you in this. So just breathe and be with this energy. Don't give up. Practice your practice. And remember what happens when you forget to press the record button. Do you continue? Or do you become distracted? Do you prioritize or do you get distracted and then make up excuses and then allow the distractions to take over you? And then when the distractions take over you, what happens? You lose the power of your will because you allow yourself to become disconnected from your heart. And then your feelings tell the universe something else. And the universe says, okay. And then the universe gives you what you feel. But you were the person who chose the distraction over the priority. And that is going to be what affects your willpower. So you think, you logically think about what it is that you desire. You feel your desire with unwavering faith. And you stay fully and completely connected to that. And then you focus on the action steps, which are the priorities over the distractions. And then you visualize. And you visualize, how is this desire here in 2025 going to support me in 2026 and 27 and 28 and 29 and beyond? And you visualize. And then you are complete. This is SamhainIrenaCrowley. Desire craft, orientation. Allow yourself to simply return back into your mind, body, your heart, your soul, your psyche, and spirit, and be present and focus on the present energy that is with you, knowing that this is a timeless recording. You can listen to this at any time. So practice your practice. Practice the timelessness of your practice. And know that we have plenty of practitioners, so connect to all of the other practitioners who practice this practice with me. I absolutely love you. Practice your practice and ask yourself, what is it that I'm going to choose? What is my desire? What is the desire that I'm going to craft this summer that is going to remain with me and continue to manifest every summer from this point on? So motivated.